Okay, well, as you can see, I'm back in the truck. Today's not really a day for riding. It's kind of really windy, like extremely windy. So we're back in the shop. And the first thing I noticed when I got in here was that you can clearly see it's wet. And I thought, is there a leak in here? And that would have immediately made me go, uh-oh. You know, my cab isn't secure either. But I don't think that's the case. I think because of the change in humidity, because it's been like less than 10 degrees, maybe less than 5 degrees the past few days, and then suddenly today it's like 15 degrees. So I think the change in humidity plus the fact that I covered the hatch like this, like full on covered it, made it so that, and the cab kind of just started to create moisture. Yes, we are back in the truck, and I wanted to finish the hatch today. I'm not quite sure if I can. Also, I noticed after I did do this, it's still wet. It's still wet. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure why. I am thinking, well, maybe it's the humidity thing too over here. But it's moist mostly on this one side, so that makes me think if there is a leak, it is somewhere on this side or in this corner. So it might result in me having to take this board off instead to see if there is a leak up in that corner, because it is mostly just this board. But I'm going to try and figure that out at some point. Not today. Yeah, you can see here on the engine casing the moisture. So they're definitely just a humidity change, because again it was cold and then it was hot. So I think that's all it is. You can see the sweat on the VFR here. Just, yeah, honestly, maybe this isn't even a leak. It could just be that humidity, as I was saying. But I'm kind of rambling on. It's hot and windy and gross, and I'm not entirely happy because it's windy. So first up, I'm gonna pull out the drill, and then we're gonna try and finish off those rivets that are there, and then I guess we get to work on the jigsaw to cut the rest of this hatch. As I had mentioned previously, there is a sort of nest in this area, like an old nest of what seems to be maybe mice nest. I don't know exactly what's in there, but it looks fluffy and dusty. You can see, I don't know, it just doesn't look, it's obviously not active anymore. They would have died from a lack of being able to go anywhere. I've gotta clean that out. I've then gotta clean out this side too, and this whole area just needs to be clean in general. But for now, I think I'm gonna take it off and then put it up, leaning against this wall in front of the VFR, just so that's still covered, because I have to get this VFR sort of out of the way to clean that out. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do it, but ideally I wanted to vacuum it, but I don't have a strong enough vacuum to do so. So I'm going to get to this, or at least try to. This wind is really annoying. Okay, so I've been working at this. As you can see, I got this bit gone, and it is much more spacious, but I learned after sort of contemplating for a while, finding out that this piece of wood happens to have a sheet of metal over it. So I thought initially about just cutting through it all, but then I remembered, oh, the jigsaw bounces off against the sheet metal behind it, which is unfortunate because it bends my jigsaw blades, and I can't have that. So I decided, screw it, I'm just going to take off the whole piece like I originally planned, and I'm going to just cut the rest of the sheet metal and stuff away like I did with this hatch here. Again, I will have to clean those bits out. This whole area has got to be cleaned anyways at some point. I really just need a shop vac to just kind of really get it all, but that will have to be another day soon. I'll probably have to move the truck so I can plug in a shop vac with an extension cord and stuff. I got some rivets off. I think I have just the left side left to do, and then we're good. I'm gonna get to that. It is so hot, but thankfully it is windy, so I could just step outside and sit in the wind when I need. Oh man, well, this unfortunately is a harder job than it looks. So the issue here is I got all of the rivets done, right? Here, let's turn on the light so you can see. All the rivets are off, okay? And I started trying to pry it away like I did with the top one, and it turns out that somehow, or for some reason, they decided to put this down below the level, like the floor level, so I can't just pull it away like I want to, or at least I can at the moment. And I'm thinking that this bit of wood here that they put is in the way, and I tried to drill out one of the screws because it's held down by some screws, so you can see here, but honestly I'm not sure if that's gonna work because it's really difficult. So I'm tasked with now the option of possibly trying to cut it like I originally wanted, or trying really hard to pry it away. I really did try. I am sweating so much. I mean, unless I try to cut the metal with one of the wood blades, which probably wouldn't be ideal. Say bye, BMW. Okay. God damn, it was so hard. There's got to be some, like, great reason for having this piece of metal right here. This is how much I got cut. And I've been mucking around with a potential upper door prop idea. I did it. I'm happy with it. As you can see, I've got the hinge point up here. I used the original nut and bolt that I had left. If you were a part of the video I made when I was putting the stunt stuff on the Grom, you would know that I had a long bolt extra left over that I didn't quite know what it was for, and it just so happens that it worked perfectly for this project. As you can see, I threw my broken plate on there. I thought it was a cool little design feature. Just like that, the ladder is out of the way. It's a bit wonky, but give me more space. I had mentioned possibly before that I needed brakes, and I think this is a pin. I was having trouble with the brakes because when I drove it, it basically had like no brake pressure. Like, it was really squishy, and it had to go down to the floor to really grab anything. And you can see in there that it looks like it's scraped, right? It looks like it's been rubbing metal on metal. This is a 2002, by the way. It could be that there was just a neglectful owner, what have you. But if you look closely, very closely, that is a brake pad. I think that's just the metal of the brake pad. I don't have the tools to take this wheel off and check it, and it's not a very good angle to be able to see anything. So it may just be that that is a dead brake pad. It's something I can do myself. I just don't have the tools for it. I need a floor jack, some jack stands, an impact, like torque wrench in general. So just some like mechanic stuff that I do not own at the moment. Old shelf that wasn't being used. Shelf that I'm gonna throw up. It is up. It is fairly solid. I was sort of last night going through and making a list of items and new tools just to finish my build. Oh my god, it is snowing. There's snow coming down. Are you kidding me? I do really want to continue doing like POV type videos because I enjoy those, like especially if I'm working on stuff. I've done it, and I only sacrificed one blade. Oh, so tired. Just get this friggin' thing out of the way. It'll be peachy. Okay, I am so tired. But you basically have to get those rivets out. The last rivet was right here, and it was giving me so much trouble. Suck all this. I'm gonna leave it at that because I finally got this out, and I do not need it. God, it is so heavy. Like, hear that? There's no reason to have that in the truck. Oh my god. I'm gonna see how this hatch feels too. I'm gonna clear out some of this stuff. I'm gonna have to... Oh, I must have inhaled some of that shit there. No, I'm kidding. I cleaned it up best I could. I'm gonna have to get a shop vac, as I said. I am able to pretty comfortably crouch walk through my hatch now. It's come so far from what, a few months ago. Like, if you go back and watch me do the BMW windscreen in that video, or any video in the truck before then, you'll see that it was just bare bones. There was literally nothing in here except my bikes. So it is coming a long way. It is gonna take more time, but honestly, the finished product is going to be great, and I'm so excited for it. So, all right, I've gotten quite a bit done today. Honestly, I am pleased with the results. I think I'm gonna head out though, because I don't have much else to do here. So I've reorganized some things. Everything's becoming more organized. There's more space accumulating. I'm excited, very excited. I cannot wait. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Appreciate y'all for hanging around, but I'm done.